Greetings, fellow Watford fans. Omar here, and it's time for the YouOrns 10-minute take on Coventry 3, Watford 3. It was an electrifying game at the CBS Arena earlier today. Watford, 3 times in front in this game, could not find a way to pull away from Coventry, and it was defensive mistakes and a lack of discipline in key situations and some naivete that cost Watford in this game. But they did get a point, which is the very good news. And the even better news than that even is the performance itself, vastly better than the ones we've seen over the last couple of games. Watford today with a purpose, a passion, and a statement as they got on the board pretty early in this game. They looked livelier, they moved the ball better, they had good cohesion, and they had good energy overall. A Watford side who should have scored earlier than they did, but they did score after a harshly awarded penalty, one that the referee absolutely was not paying attention to, should not have been a pen anywhere. And this is the thing, Watford denied a penalty, I think, last week against Blackburn, or maybe the week before, when Georgia was tripped over in the box. And then today, in a situation where there was no penalty at all, Ryan Porteous adjudged to have handballed in the area, which just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And yet the referee insisted on the penalty, and the referee was given the penalty. He gave the penalty. And I'm thinking that was a horrible decision by that ref today, who has not helped Watford. Watford have not won now on any of the last 6 games that this particular referee, David Webb, has refereed for Watford. And may we see the back of him forever. May he never referee another game for Watford, because my goodness me, he absolutely has got the plot lost. He has lost the plot. And anyway, the save was made by Dan Bachman, terrific save, and that was poetic justice for Watford as they were able to work their way into the game even more, because they were on top for the vast majority of the first half. Watford did get their hard work rewarded with a really good goal from Rajovic, really good work in play with the man Tommins on the right side, making his debut start for Watford, as did Rajovic. And the ball came in, really good pass, good cross by Ince, straight to Rajovic, who timed his run to perfection and smashed the ball into the upper part of the back of the net. That is your poacher's goal. That was 1-0 Watford. And Watford should have made it 2, but they didn't make it 2. Coventry City got back into this game right before the half. Coventry had some good moments and some good spells, and Watford got punished on one of them, thanks to an ill-disciplined yellow card that Francisco Sierralta should never have got. He is the king of yellow, as we call him, as I call him at the Vic, but he did not distinguish himself well, getting another yellow card there just a few minutes before the half, not closing out the game good enough in that first half. Poor game management from him, giving away a silly free kick. It was a 30-yard out kick. You would think that Bachman would have probably had this saved, but he covered well. The ball took a late bounce on him into the back of the net. Should he have saved it? I think most people would say yes, he should have. But my thing is not with Bachman here. I think Bachman had a very good game otherwise. My thing here is with Sierralta's poor discipline in that moment. You've got to be better when you're game managing away from home, particularly. That's a silly yellow card, and it costs Watford there, 1-1 at the half. But I thought Watford overall were really good today. Their fight was there. Their tenacity was there. The ball movement was quicker. The movement off the ball was better. There was more of a relationship between the players on the pitch. You could see what Val is trying to imprint on this team. And there are good chemistry relationships developing with teammates. You saw Bio come in the second half and sublimely pass the ball over to Rajovic. You know, Bio is an unselfish team player, and he is a team player through and through. Yes, he hasn't scored as many goals as we would like, but Bio has to be given some credit here today. He did a sterling job doing the thing that he does. He's an unselfish player, passed the ball to the man who has taken his spot now as the starting striker, and he absolutely got the assist. Rajovic putting in what would be Watford's 3rd goal, and that has to be something that you credit Rajovic for getting the back of the net. But Bio as well gets maximum credit here from me for being the unselfish team player and the class act that he's always been since he's been here. Yes, he's made one mistake in terms of the way he trudged off last season against Rotherham, and he's learned from it. He's apologized, he's come back, and he's been good for Watford, even though he hasn't scored all the goals we would like. Bio gets a special hand from me because he is a team player, and that's the kind of stuff that you want to see from your Watford players. passing the ball, being unselfish, doing the things that make the moves correct. And don't forget, James Morris passed up an opportunity to pass to Bio in the game a couple of weeks ago at Stoke, and Bio was livid at him. And you haven't seen James Morris play a single minute since. That has not been unnoticed by Val. And Val wants team players here. James Morris is a good player, but when he did that a couple of weeks back, that was seen by Val, and he's not been back in the side since. So that should be a lesson to you. Team players are required on this club. But before that third goal, Watford got a second through Martins. I didn't see it because my internet conked out for 15 minutes. So that meant I also missed the goal from Wesley Hook into his own net. I hear that it was absolutely horrendous, an absolutely horrendous own goal. I've not yet seen it as this recording, but from what people are telling me, Watford fans telling me, it was an absolutely embarrassing howler of an own goal. That made it 2-2. And then the pass, as I talked about earlier, from Bio to Racevic to make it 3-2. But then a defensive mistake by Watford again let Coventry in the back door. And it was Matty Pollock slipping, trying to block the shot instead of staying on his feet, that cost Watford there. And Hood and Porteous were left wide open, and Coventry took advantage. 3-3 the final. A robust point for Watford. I did predict a draw in yesterday's Friday Focus, but I didn't predict and never thought that there'd be 6 goals in this game. Lots to work on defensively and discipline-wise, but in the main, a good Watford performance, a better Watford performance. In fact, a very good Watford performance when you consider that they are away from home and absolutely bouncing back from the 2 poor performances in the first halves of these last 2 games. The final score again from the CBS Arena was Coventry 3, Watford 3. And I think Watford now, in this international break, have a lot more retooling to do in terms of their defensive shape and discipline. And also, I do say they should continue to work on the partnership between Bio and Racevic. More of that for me, please. I'm liking how that looks right now. And Tom Ince, absolutely, looks golden. Espria, by the way, was brilliant off the bench today as well. So special applause to him. He was terrific. Martins also showed you what he can do. Again, Martins has been very good this season. One of the best Watford players, I think, in consistency's form so far. And that gives you lots to think about. I think Watford will be a lot better as they continue to put together performances. If they do put together performances like this, they'll continue to start doing the things that Val wants. And we're already beginning to see parts of it now blossom into shape. Again, long way to go. 2 weeks now to work on some of these things. And I think you'll see a sharper Watford and a Watford that will get 3 points. I'm predicting that right now against Birmingham City in 2 weeks' time. This has been the YouOrns 10-minute take.